What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video where we will talk about Sofiane Amrabat, one of the biggest all-stars at the World Cup for Morocco, because the Daily Mail and various other newspapers are reporting that Jurgen Klopp has personally will meet for the second time with Amrabat's representatives to get him to sign for Liverpool in the January transfer window, and Liverpool need one or two midfielder signings in the January transfer window. And Amrabat, if you have seen him at this World Cup, I mean, Morocco has beaten Belgium, they have beaten Spain on penalties, they have beaten Canada, they got a very respectable 0-0 draw with Croatia. So Morocco is one of the surprise, if not the biggest surprise packages at the World Cup. They are the smallest nation to go to the quarterfinals of this World Cup, and also they are the fourth African team to reach the quarterfinals of the World Cup. And Liverpool are stepping up their attempts to sign a midfielder, and Amrabat could be the long-awaited Wijnaldum replacement because he has the engine, the energy, the work rate of Wijnaldum. He can run for days, and if you watched Morocco's games, Amrabat has been outstanding, one of their best players. And of course, I'm not just saying this because Morocco is having a great World Cup, but he has been pretty decent throughout his career. And in this video we will look at all the reports coming in about this transfer story and also Amrabat's career so far. He's playing for Fiorentina. This is his fourth season in the Serie A. He played for Hellas Verona previously. And guys, if you enjoy these videos, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, turn on the bell notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool updates. And according to the Daily Mail, Amrabat has been extremely impressive at the World Cup, and Liverpool are very keen to sign him, and he is earning around $1.8 million per year at Fiorentina, which is not a lot of money when it comes to Liverpool salaries. And if Amrabat gets a pay rise, then he would love to play for Liverpool, because for Fiorentina they are in mid-table in this area. They are in 10th place. They are a whopping 11 points behind the top four. And also, yes, Fiorentina are playing in Europe, but they are playing in the lowest competition, the Conference League, and they finished second behind Istanbul Başakşehir. So Fiorentina will have to play a playoff game against Braga. So Amrabat going from a Conference League team, going from the mid-table of the Serie A to the Champions League and to the the Premier League is going to be, that's a very, very enticing prospect for him. So he would love to play for Liverpool, I'm pretty sure. He played every minute so far for Morocco, including all the 120 minutes of Morocco's extra time penalty shootout victory against Spain. And according to French outlet Foot Mercato, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp met with Amrabat's representatives as Liverpool are looking to step up this transfer move, step up the interest in him. He's 26 years old, so he's at the prime of his career. And yes, he might not be the flashiest name, he might not be the biggest star, but Liverpool, if they want to sign the biggest stars, you need players like Amrabat to surround them with the workhorses who are working their socks off. And Amrabat is I think a very underrated player. He's not gone under the radar as one of a big outbreaking stars at the World Cup. And Amrabat is hugely motivated to do well at this World Cup because he wants to play in the Champions League. So he would jump at the chance to leave Fiorentina and sign for a Champions League club. And Jurgen Klopp reportedly already held a meeting with Amrabat's representatives, and he will have further talks following the World Cup, and hopefully Liverpool can get this transfer done early in the January transfer window so Amrabat can come in and be integrated into the team. And Amrabat's agent, whose name is Mohamed Sinu, he's claimed that there is a lot of interest in his client following the very impressive displays of Amrabat at the World Cup. He said, of course, I get a lot of phone calls for Sofiane. The whole world has seen that he's the best holding midfielder of the World Cup. Sofiane is a top professional, so he's focused on the World Cup with Morocco. And his brother Nordin Amrabat, he's his name might be familiar with you guys because he has played for Watford in the Premier League between 2016 and 2018, and he's playing for AEK Athens at the moment. He also ramped up interest in the midfielder. And finally, the whole world has seen what a brilliant player Amrabat is. He told the Dutch outlet De Telegraaf, "I'm really proud, I'm incredibly proud of Sofian. When you play so well on such a stage in 3 matches against countries like Croatia, Belgium and Canada, you have a lot going for you." And he played even better against Spain. He was one of the best players on the pitch against Spain. I think the top clubs in Europe who have been sleeping have now woken up. In January, Sofian himself was already in talks with Tottenham, but there was no agreement on the transfer fee with Fiorentina. I think the interested parties will now line up and try to sign Sofian. However, if Liverpool do firm up their interest, they will have to fight off competition. Both Tottenham and Inter Milan are interested in Amrabat, but I think if Amrabat has a choice, he will choose Liverpool because of the manager, because we are the biggest club out of those 3 clubs, and we are also in the Champions League last 16 and in the Premier League trying to get back into the top 4, and who knows, Liverpool could still be fighting for trophies at the end of the season. He has the engine and the physicality and the stamina to play in the Champions League and especially in the Premier League, because even in extra time he has not stopped running. He has been harassing and chasing the Spain midfielders. He has been absolutely everywhere on the pitch against Spain, and he has been a really impressive player for Morocco. And he started off his career in the Eredivisie for Utrecht, where he played 3 seasons. Then he signed for Feyenoord, then he went to the Belgian league, signed for Club Brugge, then he was loaned out to Hellas Verona in the Serie A, where he played 1 season, and then he transferred over to Fiorentina, where this is his 3rd season now for Fiorentina. And he's not an injury prone player. In pretty much every season that he played, he has been playing pretty much almost every game for Fiorentina, except last season where he only played 25 games, but all the other seasons he played 33 to 38 games on average. And also this season already he has 20 games for Fiorentina, which is really impressive. He already played 43 times for the Morocco international team as well. He won the Dutch Cup with Feyenoord. He won the Johan Cruyff Shield twice with Feyenoord. I think that's the Dutch Super Cup. He also won the Belgian league title in 2020 with Club Brugge as well. But that's where his trophy haul ends, and I'm sure that Amrabat would love to play for Liverpool and win more trophies and titles. And even as the 12th man, even as a backup midfielder, Amrabat would be absolutely terrific. And I think he's good enough to be a regular starter for Liverpool in the coming years, because Liverpool will need a lot of midfielders, because a lot of midfielders of Liverpool are aging or leaving. Henderson is 32, Thiago is 31, James Milner is like 37, Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, their contracts are up at the end of the season, so Fabinho is like 29. So Liverpool will need a lot of midfield reinforcements in the next 2 or 3 years, and Amrabat could be the first of many really good midfielders to be signed. And of course, if you sprinkle in the likes of Jude Bellingham, who is world class, hopefully that will solve Liverpool's midfielder problems in the foreseeable future. And according to Italian news outlet Foot Mercato, the meetings between Jurgen Klopp and Amrabat's representatives have been very positive so far, and they scheduled another meeting after the World Cup, because of course during the World Cup you don't want to lose focus. So Amrabat is not concentrating on sorting out his future, sorting out a future transfer. He wants to concentrate on Morocco and the World Cup. But after the World Cup, I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp will meet with Amrabat's representatives, and if he's really interested in signing for Liverpool, then we will put in a bid to Fiorentina. And Amrabat's transfer value right now is just 10 million euros, but he's worth a lot more than that, as maybe Fiorentina will sell him for like 15-20 million pounds. But he has the potential to even become an even better and more valuable midfielder. But you need these kind of like box-to-box running all day defensive midfielders, because we still haven't replaced Wijnaldum properly. We still don't have a player who is very reliable, who hardly ever gets injured, and who can run for days, and who can play in various different midfielder roles and midfielder positions, and also who has the physicality and the stamina to play in the Premier League, because a lot of our midfielders are injury prone and Amrabat is not, and he's 26, he's at the perfect age. So I'm really excited about this potential transfer. And what is also very, very important is that his contract expires at the end of next season. He only has 1.5 years left on his contract, so Fiorentina definitely would want to sell him right now, and we could even negotiate a little bit of a lower price, because if it goes to just one season, if they sell him in the summer, then his price will come down further, and if they don't sell him then they risk losing him on a pre-contract agreement 1 year from now. So I'm sure that Liverpool and Fiorentina could come to an agreement. As I said, he's not a difficult player to get for Liverpool, because Fiorentina would want to sell a player with 1.5 years left on his contract. Amrabat would love to sign for a Champions League club like Liverpool, for a huge club like Liverpool. So I'm sure that the deal can be done if Amrabat is interested in signing for Liverpool. And one Liverpool fan said that Liverpool, if they sign Amrabat, Sofyan Amrabat, then Liverpool would finally have the characteristics of Gini Wijnaldum replaced. High work rate, covers seas of ground, he's good on the ball, he can also contribute with mesmerizing line-breaking passes on occasion. Wijnaldum, of course, is a better player, but Amrabat can fill that role. His duo game, his ground coverage and defensive intelligence would 100% mean that the opponents no longer could just walk through our midfield unopposed pretty much if we lose the ball. Of course, the concern is how will Amrabat cope with the pace and the intensity of the Premier League, because he has never played in a league like the Premier League yet. We won't find that out unless we sign him. And of course, he doesn't have the same athleticism as Wijnaldum, but he has a comparable strength. He's not as fast as Wijnaldum with or without the ball. But Amrabat, the way he progressed the ball, the way he carried the ball forward through Spain's midfield and defense with such ease was really impressive, and the way he recovered the ball time and time again, the many times that he made blocks, the many times he made interceptions and recovery runs. Luis Enrique, the Spain manager, gave Amrabat a massive praise and compliment, and even reviewed his game in the post-match press conference. So it's very, very impressive. And Liverpool need more players like Thiago, who can break the lines and who can also thread the needle with defense splitting passes, and Amrabat certainly fits the profile. He's nowhere near as good as Thiago, obviously, because Thiago is absolute world class, and I think it was criminal for the Spain manager not to bring Thiago to the World Cup. It's a benefit for Liverpool because Thiago will be well rested for the second half of the season, but you could see how much Spain missed a player like Thiago against Morocco, where they were pretty much nullified, with Morocco defending with two banks of four, and even their strikers dropped deep to defend, and Spain just did sideways passes, no penetration, no change of pace, no change of tactics. Thiago, with his passing and with his movement, with his change of pace, with his dribbling ability, would have been able to unlock that Morocco defense, but because Spain didn't call him up, they didn't have that option, and Amrabat really was one of the best defensive midfielders at the World Cup so far, so let's hope that Liverpool in the end up signing him. And also I wanted to share a heartbreaking story with you guys. Remember when Alisson's father passed away drowning in the lake near his farm during the pandemic, and Alisson had to face probably the hardest decision of his life, because he wanted to attend his father's funeral, but his wife was pregnant with their third child, I think, and Alisson shed some light on that situation and how difficult it was. I remember that the time my father passed away was the height of the pandemic, and I was unable to attend the funeral. I participated online, it was my decision. Liverpool offered me everything to travel there. My teammates offered to charge charter a flight so I could go straight to Porto Alegre. They would do it for me if I wanted to, but I couldn't go at that moment. My wife was pregnant and she was at risk, and I couldn't put her in danger. I couldn't leave her alone. She suffered as much as I did. My concern was my mother, but my brother managed to be with her during the funeral, and it was a rational decision to stay away at that time. Liverpool was also going through a difficult time, fighting for a place in the Champions League, and if I had gone to Brazil, I would have had to spend some time isolating, and I don't know if I would have had time to return in time to finish the season. My teammates also needed me, so both in his professional and his personal life, it was a very big dilemma for Alisson, and I praise him so much because he chose in the end to take care of his wife and also to be with Liverpool and to help us finish in the top 4, and that was huge in terms of Liverpool's immediate future. And also he had his brother to take care of his mom during the funeral, but it must have been a heartbreaking situation for Alisson, because no matter which option he chose, it was a sad situation for him, and I really hope that now the hardest times are past him, and hopefully he could be in the with his family after, you know, the pandemic was slowing down, and hopefully he spent a lot of time with his family to offer his condolences to all his family. And yeah, that's a such situation. I just wanted to touch upon this because it's an interesting story, and I thought that some of you guys might not have heard about this. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.